of Information and Communications Technology or DICT. Ngayon po tatalakayin natin ang bagong Relief Agad web app at ang update sa Social Amelioration Program ng pamahalaan. Magbibigay po ng kani-kanilang opening statements sina DSWD USEC Danilo Pamonag, Assistant Secretary Emmanuel Ray Caintic ng DICT at Sir Winston Damarillo, ang founder ng Developers Connect Philippines. Unahin po muna natin si DSWD USEC Pamonag. Sir? USEC Pamonag?
USEC, please, go.
To all our partners, members of the media, colleagues from fellow national government agencies, and to all present, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. The government, under the administration of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, has been continuously addressing not just the health and economic, but also the social impact of what could be one of the most challenging global health crises. To support low-income families who have been assessed to be the most affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, the Department of Social Welfare and Development, as the lead agency in social protection, implements the emergency cost subsidy under the Social Amelioration Program, or SAP, which is being delivered to its target beneficiaries with the help of our local government units and fellow national government agencies. Delivering this much-needed assistance to its beneficiaries in the soonest possible time is the priority of the department in the SAP implementation. It is not without challenges. This is why we are very thankful to our development partners and partner agencies that came to our aid since the early days of the program implementation in order to increase the efficiency of SAP. Taking note of all the lessons learned and feedback gathered from the first tranche implementation of SAP, we are streamlining our processes and adopting more effective measures to achieve more efficient, organized, and speedy SAP distribution. The introduction of the Relief Agad mobile application today will improve the way we gather beneficiary data by taking advantage of the mobile phone technology. By going digital in the SAP registration process and utilizing existing transaction accounts, it will expedite the delivery of cash subsidy to families in need, especially with the upcoming distribution of the second tranche of SAP. We would like to thank our partners, the United States Embassy in Philippines, the USAID PESO, the Department of Information and Communication Technology, or DICT, and the Developers Connect Philippines, or DevCon, for making this great initiative possible and for helping us in this critical task of providing emergency assistance to our fellow countrymen during the crisis. As part of the DSWD, we stand strong with our commitment to provide relief and recovery for our fellow Filipinos in this time of crisis. We remain hard at work and relentless in order to expeditiously provide the much-needed emergency subsidy under Bayanihan Fund, tulong laban sa COVID-19 to the most affected Filipino families during this pandemic. Let me also take this opportunity to commend our social workers, field implementers, and many others braving the front lines and dealing the health risk on daily basis just to deliver the emergency subsidy and provide relief for the low-income families during this crisis. We salute you for your untiring dedication and compassion for the poor, vulnerable, and the disadvantaged. Indeed, these are the challenging and difficult times. The corona disease may have largely disrupted our lives, but it is not or dampened our community spirit of cooperation and unity. Let us continue to work together to support the poor and vulnerable amid this pandemic and come out of the crisis a stronger nation. We will get through this. As they say, together we will heal as one. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you po, Yusek Pamonag. Ang susunod po na magbibigay ng opening statement, si ASEC Emmanuel Ray Caintic ng DICT. ASEC?
Good.
ASEC Ray?
Magandang hapon sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan na nanonood. Maayong hapon sa tanan natong kaigsuunan na nananaw karon. These past few months have posed an unprecedented challenge for our country and for billions of people worldwide. Our President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, has been working tirelessly to help those affected during these trying times, especially those Filipinos left without a source of income. Through the guidance and directives of the President through the IATF, the DSWD, under the leadership of Secretary Rolando Bautista, led the implementation of the Social Amelioration Program, which helped low-income families receive cash aid from the government in order to provide for their basic goods and necessities. In furtherance of these efforts, the DSWD strive for better, more efficient, and more systematic cash aid distribution to improve the implementation of the SAP. And with that, we have the Relief Agad. The Department of Information and Communications Technology, under the leadership of Secretary Gregorio Bonasan II, lauds the efforts of the DSWD along with the United States Agency for International Development through its e-peso project and the Developers Connect Philippines. Relief Agad is a quick relief system that would enable the DSWD and the LGUs to expedite the capture of social amelioration card data and interface with any electronic payment system for faster cash relief to targeted beneficiaries. In these trying times, our country is calling on us as those in government service to render full assistance and cooperation and mobilize the necessary resources to undertake critical, urgent, and appropriate measures to curtail and eliminate the threat of COVID-19. The DICT greatly supports the Relief Agad system. The Relief Agad is a testament to the convergent efforts of this government. We welcome this development and we thank those from the private sector whose passion and commitment to service have made all this possible. On the part of the DICT, we will be providing technical assistance to DSWD, as well as cloud hosting and the conduct of vulnerability assessment and penetration testing to ensure the system's cybersecurity. Relief Agad is a proof of how ICT has been a valuable ally amid this pandemic. Not only does ICT provide a semblance of continuity for our society, it has also been very helpful to the government in managing the crisis and bringing us closer to transitioning to a new normal. With the guidance and directive of President Rodrigo Duterte through the IATF, let us all work together for continuity, stability, national unity, peace, and prosperity. Let us not forget that we are doing all these for our most precious, strategic, and renewable resource, our next generation of citizens and leaders, our children. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po, ASEC Caintic. At ang susunod naman po na magbibigay ng kanyang mensahe ay si Sir Winston Damarillo, ang founder po ng Developers Connect Philippines. Sir Winston?
Great, thank you. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. At Bisaya din ako, so mayong hapon po ninyong tanan all over in the Philippines. No, we're very excited and we're pleased to showcase the launch of Relief Agad We are grateful for the government and our partners to give us the opportunity to serve and showcase Filipino innovation. So, Relief Agad is the product of dedicated Filipino geeks, technologists, software developers, digital practitioners who have gladly given their time to volunteer and work all night long, work very fast over the weekends para lang po makatulong kami. And it's a great pleasure for us not only to write the software but to be with our friends at DSWD nung mag-field trial kami. We are grateful for the support we're getting from the government. Kapartner po namin dyan si DICT at si DSWD. We're even inspired by the support also ng ating private sector, kagaya ng PLDT at BDO Foundation, and the opportunity to work with USAID para sa proyekto na to. When we were building the project, there was nothing more inspiring than the opportunity to not just to serve the government, but to help our poor. And we're hopeful from this effort of your Filipinos across the world that decided to spend their evening times to write software and to showcase na kaya natin to, solbahin ng sarili nating problema with technology and with software. And together, we will beat this crisis. At kami din, hindi lamang kami feeling na nakakatulong, natututo din kami. So we're really grateful for this opportunity and we look forward to making this vision a reality and to be one with our government in helping our nation. So maraming salamat and we're looking forward to it.
Maraming salamat, Sir Winston. And to present po the Relief Agad web app, may I call on Andrew Ambubuyog, the ICTMS Director and NHTO Concurrent Head of DSWD. Sir Andrew? Sir Andrew? I think naka-mute yata si
Naka-mute.
Sir. Okay, yan. Okay na, sir.
Okay, good afternoon. Once again, I'll be presenting Relief Agad, our mobile app for gathering the data from our SAC beneficiaries. So initially, we encountered the following challenges. We had a lack of beneficiary data from the LGU. And of course, since this is a paper and pen survey, it's laborious to collect and encode beneficiary info, including the reporting to the DSWD. And of course, we also witnessed how manual cash distribution slowed down the delivery of our cash benefits to low-income households. So yun po yung mga challenges natin. So we come up with an idea of using technology, specifically mobile phones, to gather data. This will expedite the capture of SAC data and eventually interface this with mobile payments like Paymaya, GCash, and Landbank cash cards. So with the help of our partners like DCTX and their volunteer programmers, they developed this web app. Then we've also prepared manual encoding and batch uploading for our LGUs. Of course, those who cannot use technology in their area. And we are grateful with the ICT for providing us AWS cloud storage, which is committed to process 300 transactions per second. Also, they did VAPP for vulnerability assessment, and we'll also ask them to monitor our incoming and outgoing traffic. So lastly, without USAID, with their support, lahat po ito ay nagsama-sama to come up with the Relief Agad system. So I'll just show you yung two process which is being done. So ito po yung nasa ilalim, the manual process. We normally fill out the SAC form, submit it to our barangay, then they collect the SAC, eventually submit it to LGU. Then ito po yung problem, LGU will enter data to the system. So we wanted to get a portion of this encoding through the digital flow. So from using also the filled out SAC, using the app, the beneficiaries can scan the barcode, then fill out the form using the Relief Agad app, and this will be saved directly to our server. So mas mabilis po ang gathering ng data if we go the digital flow. So this will be the URL for the Relief Agad self-registration app, www.reliefagad.ph. So using your phone, click on the browser and just type this URL, and you will be directed to the app. So initially, it will display the home screen with some instructions. Then if you click register, we'll go to step 1. In step 1, the app will try to read the unique barcode which is printed on the lower right corner of the SAC. But in some cases, due to printing or the differences in printers and also in paper, there are times that it cannot read the barcode. So there's an option to manually encode the SAC number. That's in step 2. You just have to provide the region, province, city, and the unique number in your SAC form. The system will authenticate the number, and if authenticated, the following steps will be for the head of the family. Ipapasok po lahat ng detalye ng head of the family, starting from the names, gender, birthday, including address, IDs, sector and kondisyon ng kalusugan, and other benefits which were given to the head of the family or the family itself. Then, ito po yung portion na magpapasok ng individual member ng family. So you just have to click yung plus sign sa taas to add a member of the family, and you will be prompted to enter all information exactly as they appear in the SAC form. Fill out lang siya and continue or repeat the process until all the family members are already encoded. Then there is a survey screen for the mode of payment. Our beneficiaries can select cash, pay Maya, GCash, or bank account, whichever they prefer. This will be used later by DSWD for payment. Then to authenticate the registration, the system will send an OTP, an SMS message, a 6-digit number for the user to input, and finally to submit. Once authenticated, the registration is sent and there's a message na naipadala na ang detalye ng SAC. So that's typically the process. Then through the help of USAID, they've created a flyers for our beneficiaries. Ang important po dito is the call center numbers in case that the users or the beneficiaries need help in using the system, and a step-by-step process of filling out or using the system. And lastly, through USAID also, they created a toll-free number for our call centers, and they also provided 6 numbers for our cellular phone users. So up na po itong facility na to, at lahat po ng mga common questions or mga nahihirapan sa paggamit ng ating sistema ay pwedeng tumawag sa hotline number nito. So ito po ang reliefagad.ph.
Okay.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you po, Director Andrew Ambubuyog. Ngayon po, let's proceed to the question and answer portion or session. Unahin muna natin yung mga katanungan ng media. For DSWD, paano po makakatulong ang Relief Agad app sa overall objective ng Social Amelioration Program? Yusek Pamonag.
Nakikita namin ito bilang isang malaking hakbang patungo sa mabuti at maagap na paraan ng paglikom ng datos. Unang-una dahil mababawasan ang mga hakbang na nakatatagal ng proseso, at pangalawa is maiwasan na rin ang anumang anomalya sa paglikom ng datos. Higit pa sa tulong na dulot nito sa ating pamamahagi ng ayuda, alinsunod din ito sa layunin ng gobyerno, hindi na lalong kumalat pa ang virus na dala ng COVID-19 sa ating komunidad. Hindi na kailangang pumila ng mahaba at maghintay ng matagal sa mainit na panahon.
Okay, sir. Another question. Lahat ba ng beneficiaries ng SAP ay kailangan daw po bang gumamit ng Relief Agad app? Paano ang walang smartphone at internet? Yusek? Yusek Pamonag. Okay. Sir, balikan.
Mapapakinabangan po ito sa ating mga benepisyaryong may mga smartphones. Unang-una, mababawasan ang mano-manong pag-encode ng mga gamit ng physical na kopya ng ating SAP forms. At pangalawa, mababawasan din ang oras sa pagpapatunay ng mga kwalipikadong benepisyaryo bago maipamahagi ang ayuda.
Okay. Sir, may question naman po for DSWD ICTMS. I think Sir Andrew can answer this question. Paano po natin masisiguro na ligtas ang paggamit ng Relief Agad app? Sir Andrew?
Okay, yung pong Relief Agad app ay na-vet po yan ng ating mga developers at ng DICT. Doon po sa meron po mga data privacy tayong inilagay at sumunod po tayo doon. At wala pong data na naiiwan sa ating mobile phone. At the same time, doon po sa ating server o sa AWS ay na dumaan po sa mga testing at na certified naman po siya ng DICT.
Sir, follow up po sa tanong na yon, paano ra pong maprotektahan ang mahalagang datos na malilikom ng app?
Gaya po ng nasabi, kami po ay sumusunod sa alituntunin ng data privacy. So lahat po ng pamamaraan na maprotektahan ang sensitive personal information ng ating mga kababayan ay kami pong isinaalang-alang.
I think ang DICT, kung pwede pong mag-share din po ng inyong kasagutan doon sa tanong na yon. DICT, ASEC Manny?
Yung meron naman tayong fallback, yung ating system ay pwede ding may mano-manong encoding sa mga LGUs at tuturuan natin. So kahit walang smartphone, pwede naman silang ipasok pa din ng ating mga LGUs at may training tayo for them to encode those data. So wag matakot, hindi kailangan na may smartphone lang yung self-registration ang Relief Agad. Meron pong comprehensive po ang system. Meron po siyang LGU module. So tuloy pa din ang at ito nga kompleto na at hindi na magkakagulo ang mga datos ng mga mga recipients. Yun lang po.
Okay, sir. Sir, another topic for DSWD, ano ra po ang latest update sa SAP implementation? Yusek Pamunag. Okay, habang naghihintay po tayo kay Yusek Pamunag, I would like to acknowledge the presence. Kasama po natin din sa...
Umabot na sa 94.
Okay, Yusek, go ahead.
Ayon po sa aming pinakahuling datos kahapon, umabot na sa 94.3 billion ang naipamahagi sa 16.7 million na benepisyaryo ng Social Amelioration Program. Mayroon ng 1,107 out of 1,634 na LGUs ang nakapagkamit ng 100% completion rate sa pamamahagi ng Social Amelioration Program. Mayroon na ding 139 lokal na pamahalaan ang nagsumiti ng kompletong liquidation report sa implementasyon ng Social Amelioration Program at 65 na LGUs naman ang malapit nang makatapos sa kanilang likwidasyon.
Yusek, may follow-up po na katanungan mula kay Jojo Montemayor ng Malaya. Baka may clarification daw po ang DSWD tungkol sa umpisa ng May payout ng SAP. Sabi po ni spokesperson Secretary Roque, nag-umpisa na raw po sa ilang lugar. Saan po kaya ito at kailan? Yusek?
Sa parting ito, hihintayin pa namin ang executive order galing sa Malacanang.
Okay po. Kasama rin po natin si Yusek Jonathan Malaya ng DILG, ang tagapagsalita po ng DILG. At follow-up question po, Yusek Pamonag ni Jojo Montemayor ng Malaya. Clarification po sa 5 million na left out beneficiaries ng SAP. One time lang ba sila makakatanggap ng ayuda o 2 beses kung nakatira sila sa lugar na nasa ilalim ng MECQ? I think Yusek Malaya can also answer this question and Yusek Pamunag. Yusek?
Sila ng
Yusek Pamunag. Okay. Yusek Malaya?
makakatanggap po sila ng first tranche.
Sir, medyo hindi ho malinaw yung kanina. Pwede po bang paulit yung inyo pong kasagutan doon sa pangalawang tanong? Sir?
Makakatanggap po sila ng first tranche.
Okay. Si Yusek Malaya po ba ay... Okay. Sige po. Another question po, sir. Ano ra po ang paghahanda ng DSWD para sa Bagyong Ambo? Ngayon pong nasa gitna rin po tayo ng crisis dulot ng COVID-19. Yusek.
Mayroong around 242 million standby funds at around 413,000 family food packs na nagkakahalaga ng 184 million at other food items na nagkakahalaga ng 271 millions at non-food items na nagkakahalaga ng 488 million na maaaring gamitin para sa disaster response. Ang mga field offices ng DSWD ay makipag-coordinate po sa mga LGUs para sa deployment at augmentation ng resources para maisiguro na may sufficient na provision of goods sa mga areas na tutuguhin ng Bagyong Ambo. Mandato ng DSWD na magbigay ng augmentation support sa mga LGUs at i-capacitate sila na mag-handle ng emergencies or kalamidad.
Okay. Sir, another question po from Patricia Chu ng Philippine Daily Inquirer for DSWD and DILG. Ilan na lang po ang beneficiaries sa second tranche since sabi po ni Secretary Roque na those under GCQ won't get any more. We need a number of beneficiaries. Sabi po ni Patricia Chu. Yusek?
Uulitin po natin, nahihintayin po natin ang executive order na manggagaling sa Malacanang.
Okay po. Thank you po, Yusek Pamonag. How about
Yes.
Yusek Malaya?
Yes, tama po yung sinabi ni Yusek Pamodag. Inaantay po namin yung magiging kautusan ng ating Pangulo. Pero nakahanda naman po tayong tulungan muli ang DSWD dito sa pangalawang yugto ng Social Amelioration Program. Sa katunayan po ay sa huling meeting namin sa mga taga-DSWD ay pumayag na po sila na gumamit tayo ng digital platforms or yung paggagamit po ng mga e-commerce na mga paraan upang mas mabilis nating maipamigay ang social amelioration program sa second tranche. Kasi nga po napapansin po namin sa pamimigay natin na ang kabagalan po ng pamimigay ay nandun sa mga highly urbanized cities. Ay hindi lamang dahil sa kahirapan sa validation ng kanilang mga beneficiaries, ngunit dahil din sa sheer number ng ating mga beneficiaryo na kailangan nilang pagsilbihan. So dito po sa mga highly urbanized cities ay sa pakikipag-ugnayan po namin sa DSWD ay pumayag na po sila na gumamit tayo ng mga digital platforms upang mapabilis po ang pamimigay ng ating mga ayuda. At susuran ko lang yung tanong kanina kung ano ang paghahanda ng ating gobyerno para sa mga sa paghahanda dahil sa bagyong Ambo. Noong Mayo 11 po ang DILG ay inactivate na yung ating off-plan list of protocols sa lahat ng Ambo affected local government units. Ang paghahanda po ay kinabibilangan nito. Una, yung mga Local Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office ay kailangan po mag-convene na at paghandaan yung mga critical preparedness natin that must take into consideration yung health risks associated with COVID-19, especially po yung mga geohazards. Pangalawa po, kung dun po sa kanilang review ng kanilang mga evacuation centers, kung kakailanganin man pong magkaroon ng evacuation, ay kailangan po masunod pa rin ang ating social distancing, may personal space, one-way entrance and exit, may toilet and sanitation facilities, waste collection and management, and the presence of infirmaries, among others. Kami po ay nag-abiso na rin sa LDRRMC kung kailangan ay mag-preemptive evacuation na sila dun sa mga lugar na tatamaan itong bagyong ito para po mapababa ang casualties natin. Kami rin po ay nagpalabas ng direktiba sa mga local government units na siguruhing ligtas ang mga ligtas COVID centers and yung mga isolation units from natural hazards as a result of this typhoon. At sisiguraduhin po ng DILG na yung mga COVID-19 centers natin ay hindi gagamitin bilang evacuation centers. Yan po ang report ng DILG tungkol sa aming kahandaan para sa paparating na bagyong Ambo.
Okay. Sir, kanina po present po ng DICT at DSWD yung Relief Agad web app. Ito po ba ay ipag-utos na mandatory sa lahat ng mga LGUs ng DILG, Yusek Malaya?
Opo, kami naman po ay laging nasa likod ng aming partner na DSWD. So kung ano po ang kanilang pakiusap sa amin at kung ano man po ang teknolohiya na pwede nating magamit upang ma-facilitate at mas mapabilis, mas gawing less complicated ang pamimigay ng ayuda sa ating mga kababayan, ay buong 100% pong sinusuportahan ng aming kagawaran.
Okay po. Wala na po tayong katanungan from the media. DSWD, DICT, pwede ho kayong do you have any closing message or parting message bago tayo magtapos dito po sa ating virtual presser? Yusek Pamonag? Okay. Asek Kaintik?
Gusto ko lang sabihin na suportahan natin ang programa ng DSWD. Kasama na rin po ang DILG on this sa Relief Agad. Humihingi ako ng pasensya, patience. Hindi madali ang challenge na ito. May mga kinks mang mararanasan. Wag natin masyadong i-focus yung masama, kung hindi i-focus natin yung mabuting gustong gawin. Iwawasto natin sa pinakamabilis na panahon agad-agad yung mga problema tuloy-tuloy naman ang ating trabaho. Actually, dito sa COVID-19 na ito, first time ko sa buong experience ko ngayon sa government that agencies work hand in hand, interagency task force are working so fast and collaborating. What takes weeks before is now getting done in hours, even in just hours. And the private sector has also been very, very helpful. So it's a coordinated effort. We just have a common enemy. Ang kalaban natin is COVID-19, hindi yung isa't isa. So maging pasensyoso tayo and let us have faith in what the government, especially what the DSWD is trying to do alongside with the DILG. The challenge here will be in the LGUs at the forefront, and we're here to help. We're here to help. Yes, the ICT is here to help. Thank you po.
Thank you, Asek Kaintik. How about you, Sec Malaya? Meron po ba kayong parting message bago tayo magtapos?
Opo. Gusto ko lang pong i-announce sa ating mga kasamahan sa media na meron na po tayong 43 mayors na na-issuehan ng show cause order dahil sa kabagalan ng kanilang pamimigay ng social amelioration program sa kanilang mga lugar. Kasi nga po, gaya nga po ng report ng ating DSWD, napakalit na porsyento na lang po ng ating mga beneficiaryo ay ang hindi pa nakakatanggap ng kanilang ayuda mula sa pamahalaan. At unfortunately, ito po yung na-highlight sa media. Hindi po na-highlight na the vast majority of our countrymen who are intended beneficiaries of this program have already received yung kanilang ayuda. Pero dahil nga po meron pang mga naiiwan, ay nagdesisyon na po ang aming secretary, si Secretary Anyo, na magpalabas na ng show cause upang magpaliwanag hindi lamang sa DILG kundi sa kanilang constituents kung bakit naantala ang kanilang pamimigay. Ito pong 43 na mayors na ito ay all over the country nang gagaling. 11 po nito ay nasa Western Visayas, 8 sa Mimaropa, 5 sa Central Visayas, 4 sa Davao Region, 4 sa National Capital Region, at meron din po sa 2 sa Ilocos Region, 2 sa Cagayan Valley, 2 sa Calabarzon, 2 sa Eastern Visayas, 2 sa Northern Mindanao, at 1 po sa Central Luzon. Gusto ko rin pong ibahagi sa ating mga kasamahan sa media na nagdesisyon na rin po si Secretary Anyo na kung meron pong anomalya, splitting man or kung anumang klaseng graft and corruption with relation to SAP, ay hindi na po makakatanggap ng show cause order ang ating mga barangay officials. Instead, sila po ay iimbestigahan na ng Philippine National Police. Nagdesisyon po ang ating secretary na hindi na ang DILG Field Office ang mag-iimbestiga sa kanila dahil kulang po kami sa mga investigador. Since ito naman po ay graft and corrupt case, diretso na po ito sa ating CIDG. Ang CIDG po ay araw-araw nagsasampa ng kaso laban sa mga tiwaling barangay na po ito sa ating CIDG. Ang CIDG po ay araw-araw nagsasampa ng kaso laban sa mga tiwaling barangay officials na binulsa ang Social Amelioration Fund ng kanilang mga nasasakupan sa kanilang mga barangay. At sa mga susunod na araw, ilalabas po ng DILG yung mga pangalan at mga kasong kinakaharap nitong mga barangay officials na ito. Kasi sabi nga po ni Secretary Anyo, we will not tolerate a single instance of graft and corruption. Pag meron pong tara, may kaltas, splitting, pulis na po ang inyong kakaharapin. And finally, naghahanda na rin po ang DILG para bayaran, ibigay ang 30,000 pesos reward money sa kung sino man ang makakatulong sa ating pulisya na makakatulong in the successful prosecution of a barangay official na involved po sa Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Ipag-alam nyo lang po sa inyong kapulisan at kung ang inyong ebidensyang ibinigay sa kapulisan ay magiging susi sa successful prosecution ng mga barangay officials na ito, tatanggap po kayo ng 30,000 mula sa DILG as announced by the President himself in his last address. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po, Yusek Malaya, at ang panguling mensahe naman po ni Yusek Pamonag ng DSWD.
Una sa lahat, gusto kong pasalamatan ang lahat ng local government units, ang ating mga LGUs. Gayon din ang Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police dito sa pag-implementa ng Social Amelioration Program. Also, we would like to thank our partners, the United States Embassy in the Philippines, the USAID e-Peso, the Department of Information and Communication Technology or DICT, and the Developers Connect Philippines for making great this initiative, no? And also for helping us in this critical task of providing emergency assistance to our fellow citizens, no? And I would like to assure you that the DSWD would stand strong with its commitment na mabigyan ng fast relief and recovery sa ating mga kababayan na nasa crisis. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Yusek Pamonag. Maraming salamat sa DSWD, DICT, DILG, at maraming salamat din po sa ating mga partners, USAID and Developers Connect Philippines. At thank you rin po sa RTVM, PTV, PBS at sa PCOO. Diyan po nagtapos ang atin pong virtual presser.